Welcome back to another wonderful and beautiful, just fantastic issue of Veggie Mike Ellis on Instagram, Veggie Mike Ellis on YouTube. Thanks for joining me. Please subscribe if you'd like. I really would appreciate that. I make a lot of nice videos for you. Thanks for joining me once again. So today I want to talk to you about the former vegans, the people who used to be vegan. They were vegan once. Now they're not vegan anymore. So this is not a personal attack on people who say they used to be vegan and aren't vegan. I have a friend who says that, and very nice person. I never really mean what I say as a personal attack on anybody. I really don't, just as a general rule, okay? So it's just the idea of saying you used to be vegan and we're not anymore. Okay, so let's first of all talk about what is vegan, because I think people are a little confused. So it's not a diet. That's just part of it. It's a actual boycott, really, more than anything. It's the refusal to participate. It's refusing to participate in the exploitation of animals. That's really what it is. It's standing up and saying, I will not do this anymore. It's a refusal to participate, okay? So, but it's an awakening. It's beyond that. It's an awakening, because it's basically saying, okay, I'm against causing unnecessary suffering of animals. Most people would say they are, right? But most people haven't truly faced their demons, because it's not really possible to be against causing unnecessary suffering of animals and then cause it on purpose. Which is it? Are you for it or against it? Because the actions would say, I'm for it. If I cause unnecessary suffering of animals by being non-vegan, which that's what it is, then how can I be against unnecessary suffering of animals? Because it is unnecessary. There's no reason to eat them. There's no reason to wear them. There's no reason to experiment on them. There's no reason to have them in zoos and all this stuff. So there's no reason. So it's when it comes down to, when you go vegan, when a person goes vegan, it's an awakening. It's really aligning. It's really a light that goes off in a way. You're all of a sudden you go, wait a minute, what am I doing, right? Like, how could I all this time say that I'm for, I love animals. Some people say they love animals. You don't have to be an animal lover to be vegan, but anybody who is an animal lover isn't really loving them with their actions unless they're vegan. Because having their throat slit for no good reason, just because for brunch or shoes, not really loving them very much. So again, not an attack, just how does that work? It doesn't really work that way. You can't love people and be a cannibal. It just doesn't work that way. So it's an awakening. And once you wake up, once you open your eyes to something and you face it and you look at it and you go, well, I couldn't look at this beautiful pig or this beautiful chicken and then kill it just because I feel like it, because they taste good. Like, you realize what you've been doing. I realized what I was doing. So, I did it. I lived non-vegan most of my life, right? And it's only been a couple years now for me, and it's an awakening. So I woke up and I said, oh my goodness, how could I have done this all this time? So people who basically they go vegan, they eat a plant-based diet for a couple weeks or a month or whatever. That's it. They continue to wear leather most of the time. They continue to wear wool. They don't really go vegan. Going vegan is to completely remove animal products. When I first went vegan, did I have to replace my leather belts, and it took me a month or so or whatever? Yeah, sure, of course. It's not, you don't immediately are able to replace everything you have, but you decide to, and you do it. So it's an awakening. It's a refusal to participate in exploiting animals. And so it's like when someone finds God, or sort of, in a sense that it's an awakening. It's not exactly the same thing as religion, but it's an awakening. I woke up and I said, oh my goodness, how could I have done this? Or if somebody was racist and they woke up and they said, how could I have been a racist this whole time? How could I have treated people this way? How could I have done this? How could I? If that person wakes up and realizes that, could they just then go, I tried being non-racist. I tried giving up racism. I didn't like it, so I went back. Like, how does that work? How do you go back exactly? When you wake up, and it's an awakening. When you wake up to something and your eyes are open to something, they cannot be closed again once they are opened. So what I'm saying to you is, if anyone, again, not a personal attack, but anyone who says they were vegan and they went back and they're not vegan now, they were never vegan in the first place. I'd like you to go vegan. You should be vegan. You know, the fact that you tried it means that you're open-minded to it. So it's time to actually wake up and realize that, you know, we don't need to do this. And it's killing us. It's killing the planet. It's causing world hunger. And it's causing injustice. It's totally unjust. What's just about it exactly? Like, how does that work? What's just about it? What's just about living non-vegan and having animals, babies, throats slit because I like the way their flesh tastes? Like, how does that? What's just about that exactly? Like, how does that work? Once you open your heart and your mind and your soul to what's going on, you don't go back. There's no such thing. There's no former vegans. There's people who are vegan, and there's people that are not vegan. There's no in between. There's animal exploitation, which is non-vegan, and then there's the fight against exploitation, the refusal to participate, and anything practicable. So it's practicable. That's part of the definition. It's not exploiting animals where practicable. So, because exploitation's everywhere. So, but it's where you can. So, yeah, I don't have to eat them. It's not about convenience, by the way. It's not what I mean. I'm just saying. I'm just going by the definition. So, yeah, that's basically it. You know, the folks who say they used to be vegan are not vegan. You can't just try to do the right thing and then you didn't like it anymore. It just doesn't work that way. It's an awakening. It's an opening your eyes to something, and opening your eyes to what you were doing was wrong, like I had to do. I mean, I can put it on myself easily because I was non-vegan and I was wrong, and I had to wake up. And it took me till 4 decades into my life to do it. So if you think that you can't change, I changed. All these other vegans changed too. Most people aren't born vegan who are vegan. They changed. You can change. It's okay. It's the right thing to do. To go vegan, to not exploit animals for no good reason, for brunch and shoes. Like, how does it work exactly that it's okay? What about it is okay? How is it okay? Because we always did it before, or every other excuse in the book that vegans have heard 1,000 times. There's no reasonable reason. There's no logical or moral reason to continue to live non-vegan. So go vegan. Thanks for watching.